Hey guys, Pete here, Trading Post, coming to you from our eBay room. Today I want to talk to you about stuff that you guys ask a lot when you come into the shop. And it is what we buy, what we are looking for, what sells the best for us, and how much we can pay you for. Probably we break this down in three different categories. Things that sell really good, things that kind of mediocre, and then there's that stuff that takes forever for us to sell. So let's get right to it. First I'm going to talk to you about things that are the best sellers, and we definitely look for them all the time, which is probably electronics would be the number one thing. Mainly Apple products. Anytime that we have anything Apple come in, from laptops to iPhones and iPads, and older models and the newest ones, doesn't matter. I mean, it sells really good. People love Apple. So if you're gonna bring stuff like that, we generally will pay you a little bit more for it, because it's just not gonna sit here for a long time. We can flip it quickly. Believe it or not, knives and swords, on those things we can generally pay a little bit more as well. What else? Vintage video systems, gaming systems, the old Atari or Nintendo 64, especially when they come in bundles with games and all the controllers, we can't keep them on a shelf. I mean, they go very quickly, so those generally will pay a little bit more on them. Also vintage stereo equipment, the amplifiers, the receivers, the speakers, great sellers. Anything that it's late 60s throughout the 70s and even early 80s, the Kenwoods, the Sansui, the Nakamichi, the Pioneers, the old gramophones, sell really good, and we'll always look for them, so we'll pay you guys more for those. Anything that it's with the engine in it. What I mean by that, scooters, motorcycles, jet skis, snowmobiles, any toy with the engine in it, we usually sell pretty quickly, depending on the condition, of course, but those we always look for. Musical instruments are good seller for us, and when I say musical instruments, we look for the saxophones, for trumpets, nice drums setups. Those sell really good. Guitars, so. I mean, we got always big selection of guitars. They're not the best sellers unless it's a very unique piece. And the weird stuff, the unusual stuff, stuff that you don't find often anywhere, those generally will pay a little bit more because they create interest in the shop. People look for that kind of stuff. Also, any models of planes and helicopters, the ones that people will fly around on the fields, very good sellers. We don't get a lot of them, but when we do, they sell relatively quickly. So those are the things that we mainly look for. Now, the things that we generally don't want to buy, or if we do, we're not going to pay you a whole lot because they sit here forever in the shop, is household items. Takes us a very long time to sell them. They got to be priced right. If we buy that kind of stuff from you, don't expect a whole lot, because it just takes forever to sell. So furniture, another thing. Unless it's a very unusual piece and very good condition, yes, then we'll buy it. But generally we'll like to stay away from the furniture, mainly because the Craigslist is flooded with furniture. You can get a lot of good deals on Craigslist. So, they'll sit here for a long time, and we don't pay a whole lot for furniture. Same thing comes to exercise equipment. Horrible sellers, bad sellers. Unless it's in very good condition, but even that, they sit here forever. So if you bring, any kind of exercise equipment, don't expect a whole lot from us. Sports memorabilia, very hot sellers. Especially, when people come in and they bring a jersey that it's signed, they think they're gonna get a lot of money. Do your research first. Just because it's signed doesn't mean that it's worth, a whole lot of money. Unless you have a certificate with it, we generally don't want to buy it, because without the certificate, jersey is, I'm selling it just because It's a jersey. That's about it. And baseball cards, we don't do any baseball cards. The market is just... Alright, here's an example that I want to show you. Here's a gem box, used, but it's got all original accessories, original box. This item here in the shop, we can sell for about 80 bucks. It's not a greatest seller, but it's a good seller. From us, you'll be looking at about $40, about half what it sells out there. And then something like this, you know, these are Philips Sonic Care, you know, toothbrush hats. We actually had quite a few of them. Guy brought in, he was a rep, I guess, for Philips. Had quite a few like samples, brought them in here. For some reason, this thing doesn't sell at all. People are scared of buying. I don't know. I mean, even though that it's brand new, it's still sealed. They're scared to buy, you know, toothbrushes. They think maybe this was used or something. But you know, this thing brand new cost about 30 bucks, like $29.99 on Amazon. But if you would bring something like that, $5 from us, because in a store here, I will not get more than $10 for this. It's just one of those items. Now here I got iPhone 5. This is for Verizon, 32 gigabytes, original box. The phone also has a charger and no more headphones, but a charger. Very good condition, not scratched up. The guy who actually brought this in traded in. We had iPhone 5S. A new one, he traded this in. Now a phone like this in a shop here, we're gonna sell roughly for about between $280 to about $325, depending on the condition of the phone. So something like this from us, you probably get about $200. It's an item that's gonna sell relatively quickly. Well, now it's not gonna sell at all. That was not good. That was not good at all. But anyway, yeah, so again, Apple product sells great. Generally we're gonna pay a little bit more. I gotta stop saying generally. Why I keep I don't know. So anyway, Apple product, good seller. Here's another thing. It's still sealed, brand new. It's American lock. It's one of those locks that you can, you know, mount on exterior doors of a shed or a van, or you know, something like that. Brand new. If you go to Home Depot, sells for about 40 bucks. In a shop here, I will not, even though it's still sealed, I will not get more than about $20 out of it, maybe 25. So if you bring something like that, you're probably looking at about 10 bucks from us. Here I got a specialty item. It's a pin vise made by Starrett. Now this thing looks like it's brand new, never been used, but it's one of those items that it's a specialty tool. So it takes a right buyer for this. You know, not average guy that walks into the shop is going to be looking for this. Now these are pretty expensive. This piece actually new is about $80 on Amazon. So you know, you would think that you can get decent money for it when you come into our shop, but unfortunately something like this, it's gonna sit here for a very, very long time. And even though that it's in mint condition, looks like it was never used, I can't really sell it as new. The box is open, it's not sealed anymore. Item like this in a shop, I'm probably gonna sell for about 30 bucks at the most. So from us, you're looking at about 15, maybe $20. Here's another good example. It's an OtterBox Defender Series rugged, designed for Razer Max HD by Motorola. You know, these were expensive, you know, even a couple years ago when OtterBox came out, 50, 60, even 80 bucks, some of them. They came down in prices a lot. You can buy a new one online for right around $30, $35. Now this one is sealed, never used. But here in the shop we're gonna sell this probably for about 20-25 bucks. So from us you're probably looking $10-15. One more thing I want to talk about to you guys about is if you are a reseller and you selling yourself on eBay, when you come into our shop or any shop, you know, that does reselling, don't be afraid to ask the owners and tell them that you resell, that you sell on eBay, that you look for deals. I know we will definitely work for you. You are a great customer for us, and we deal with a lot of guys like that, come in here on a weekly basis. They generally will buy, you know, a big quantity. They don't come in and buy one single item. So we will work with them. You know, if I can make a few dollars and it leaves enough meat on the bone for them, you know, hey, it's a repeat business for us. So when you go out there and you shopping for things to flip it for yourself, don't hesitate to ask. Always ask. Most owners will, shop owners will work with you and make you a deal. Now we also have a lot of guys that sell to us, sometimes even on daily basis. They go out there and they look for deals. You know, they hit the garage sales and the estate sales, and they go to Goodwills and they look for deals, and then they bring it to us and sell it, which is cool. It saves us time, so it's a good resource for us, and we love to deal with guys like that. So if you like to do that and, you know, bring stuff to us, hey, we're waiting for you. So alright guys, so this is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please subscribe so we can make more videos for you. Have a great day.